Hello everyone, my name is Usman Magaji. I'm going to be talking to you guys about the ITX1000 module, which is the emerging technologies in practice. We have covered a lot of topics in this module from week 1 to week 24, topics like artificial intelligence and Arduino. In this video, I'll show you what we have covered from week 1 to week 24.
In the first week, we discussed about media literacy, where we used Photoshop to edit pictures and also Audacity to edit audios. We're also given the SFIE form to fill up our skills before starting the course. In week 2, we discussed how a brand is an organization's value, and we are grouped in a group of 5 to make a product and brand it of our choice. The following video will show the project I did with my group.
Our product hair seed. It is a hand-free hair washing mechanism suitable for all people, whether if they are lazy to wash their hair, or people with physical disabilities, or even in salons.
In today's world, there are a lot of people with disabilities, especially people who can lose their hands. For them, washing their hair is kind of tricky and they need a lot of help from other people. So we decided to make it easier for them and create this machine.
This system has 24 nozzles to spray water and shampoo simultaneously.
There's a scanning system which scans the scalp of the user and guides the water or shampoo dispenser to the correct direction. There's a water draining system which drains out the excess water.
We also have silicone tips which will massage the user's hair.
Last but not least, this product can be installed anywhere, which is really helpful for disabled people.
In week 3, we covered VR, which is the virtual reality. We discussed virtual reality as a form of technology that creates computer-generated worlds or immersive environments which people can explore and interact with. We are also given a project to submit on our blog to explore about virtual reality. The next video will show you my project. In week 4, we discussed about conversational agents, which are also chatbots. We define chatbots as a piece of software that conducts a conversation via auditory or textual methods. We also discussed on the importance of chatbots in the human life and how it's dominating the marketing aspect of the human life. Siri and Google Assistant are examples of chatbots. We covered accessibility in week 5. We were given images of people with disabilities, and we're also given tasks to discuss in groups about types of assistive technologies that will help people with disabilities. We explored assistive softwares like MVDA, which is a software that allows blind and vision impaired people to access and interact with the Windows operating system and main third-party applications. In week 6, we discussed about ethics in IT. We understood computer ethics as the application of classical ethical principles to the use of computer technology. We discussed about ethical problems related to computing, such as privacy, hacking, and unauthorized access. We also discussed the 10 commandments of computer ethics defined by computer ethics institutions. In week 7, we covered intelligent environment and standards. We also covered data logging and types of sensors. We understood that an intelligent environment is one in which the action of numerous networked controllers is orchestrated by self-programming preemptive processes in such a way as to create an interactive holistic functionality that enhances occupants' experiences. We explored various types of sensors in this week, such as light sensors, sound sensors, and heat sensors. We also understood that data logging is the collection of data over a period of time and is something often used in scientific experiments. We then explored the use of standards to design and engineer innovations. In weeks 8, 9, 10, and 11, we discussed physical computing. At first, we defined the meaning of physical computing as the use of hardware and software to build devices that can interact with the real world, which includes microcontrollers like Arduino Uno, electronic input and output, and finally related softwares like Arduino platform. In this week, we were introduced to Arduino and we identified different parts of the Arduino kits like resistors and sensors. We were given different exercises in this week to practice coding the Arduino board, like using the LED light to blink when programmed to. In week 12, everyone in class knew how to use the Arduino board and also how to program it. In order for our tutor to be sure, we were grouped in different groups of at least 4 people to come up with a project idea using the Arduino board. We used this week to prepare for the project and come up with our project idea. From week 13 to 17, every group was working on their project. For my group, we decided to make a smart dustbin, which was a bit complicated and somehow easy. I was in a group of 5 with my friends. We worked so hard on this project to be successful. The following video is going to describe the smart dustbin we created. Hey guys, this is a smart dustbin as you can see on the screen. The bin was turned into a smart bin using Arduino. 2 ultrasonic sensors, a servo motor, and 2 LED lights, which is blue and red, were used in turning it into a smart bin. The first ultrasonic sensor is programmed to detect a human that is 30 centimeters near the dustbin, and it automatically allows the servo motor to move 180 degrees to open the bin after it senses the human. The first LED, which is blue, turns on when the bin opens. The second sensor is programmed to detect if the bin is full, then it turns the red LED. The smart dustbin helps to read. For week 18, we discussed about AI and machine learning. AI, which is artificial intelligence, is the capability of a machine to imitate intelligent human behavior. Machine learning, on the other hand, is an application of AI that provides systems the ability to automatically learn and improve from experiences without being explicitly programmed. We also discussed the examples of state space search, like depth first search and breadth first search, and also discussed the advantages and disadvantages. In week 19, we discussed about recommender systems and understood that they are software agents that prompt the interests and preferences of individual consumers and make recommendations accordingly. We also understood that they increase sales at online stores. They usually help online buyers figure out what they need. We had an in-class test to help us understand how recommender systems work. For week 20, we discussed about robotics and the types and history of robots. We were given a task to write about a science fiction story of a robot in our daily lives, and that's when I wrote about a babysitting robot and submitted it on the blog. In week 21, we discussed about futurology and analyzed different predictions of people to the future. We also used Moore's law to predict the processing speed and hard drive capacity in 50 years. And in week 22, we discussed about academic writing. We were given a summative task to write a fiction story on technology that do not exist presently, but will likely to exist in 20 to 50 years. Then I wrote a story titled The Big Event. The story was about a man that used hologram to appear in an event far away from home and being with his wife at the same time. And in week 23, we discussed about career and skill sets. We were given different career opportunities we could take in information technology and guides to achieve a successful career. And then finally, in week 24, this was the final week of the module. We were to complete another SFIA form to underline skills we acquired in our 24-week session of the module. I've had a lot of experience during these 24 weeks of the module ITX1000. I acquired a lot of skills like coding, Arduino, etc. I met a lot of wonderful people in this module, and the module increased my love for pursuing career in information technology. Thank you.